All right, folks, let's get started. I'll call this meeting to order. The Polk County Board of Commissioners. Today is July 19th. All commissioners are present. We'll start with announcements. Commissioner Polk.
So letting everybody know that Dallas Youth Garden 10th anniversary open house is happening Saturday, August 5th from 11 to noon. And Youth Garden folks are inviting everyone to come out and tour the garden, see their work. Splendid work.
Wonderful. Thank you. Any announcements or comments not on the agenda? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Also move. Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from July 12th?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We have another lengthy consent calendar. Anything we want to pull for separate consideration?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull 2311.
23. Oh, got it. The matter declaring necessity of acquiring property for the Black Rock Improvement Project. Okay, why don't we consider that now, and then we can dispose of the rest of the consent calendar afterwards.
I just wanted updated since yesterday afternoon, we didn't have all the information yet.
Yeah, it got finalized around 4 o'clock yesterday,
Okay.
and that's what's in your packet there. Only minor tweaks were what you saw yesterday was adding some additional references to Morris Road in addition to Black Rock Road. And then the changes since you saw it yesterday, Commissioner Pope, I believe were adding the word safety into the third whereas. So it's not just for the benefit of the traveling public, but it was the benefit and safety of the traveling public. And then I believe we changed licensed to certified real estate appraiser in the second resolution.
And is there, because there was discussion at our last meeting about this resolution and concerns about Falls City, at least acknowledging it, is there acknowledgement from Falls City that this is fine with them? As we're acting on their behalf, apparently.
Yeah, and I don't know whether there's been a separate conversation on the last several days between Todd and Falls City. Obviously, Falls City's been working with us on the project, so they're aware of what's going on. Is whether they're aware specifically of this resolution today, I don't know. But I do know from conversations with Todd as the project is unfolding over the next few months, the intention is to enter an IGA with the city, kind of outlining roles and responsibilities, which we kind of have understood, but oftentimes our relationship with Falls City is a lot more handshake based. And we're going to try and get it on ink and paper so everyone understands what's happening, particularly because some of the right of way that we are acquiring in this case will be within city limits. And the intention is to transfer the jurisdiction of that right of way at the completion of the project to city limits, kind of similar to what we do, when we have collaborative projects with the state. Generally, the state and their agent will acquire all of the right of way, and at the conclusion of the project, the Polk County right of way gets vested in us.
So I guess where my question is, and forgive my ignorance on how this works, but did I hear you say we don't yet have an IGA or an MOU that indemnifies us to act as their agent on this issue?
No, we do not.
And the urgency for agreeing to this today is?
To allow the consultant we've hired for the right-of-way acquisition to present offers to the landowners at issue.
Okay. So you don't see a risk here with us getting ahead of an MOU?
No.
Okay.
I think we have an understanding with Falls City for the year or two that this project has been planned. It's just we haven't formalized it, and given we have a generally very positive relationship with the city of Falls City, I don't see any issues going forward with it.
Why wouldn't we have this MOU well before now?
Don't know.
Okay. No, I'm not opposed to the resolution in general. I am opposed to resolution when like this, when we don't have all parties agreeing that this is what has to happen. And I don't want to hold up the project in any way, but I am going on the record noting I will support it, but noting that there isn't full collaboration here, and there's been some maybe negligence on getting this done in a timely manner. So Don't know who's at fault, don't care. It's just that we're being asked now to agree to something that I see some dots, some I's not dotted and T's not crossed. So that's where I'm at today. And I'll leave it alone from there.
Appreciate you raising those concerns, and I'm just curious if there would be, if we were to pause this for a week to allow Public Works to engage with the city, if that would have any material effect on the project. I imagine the contractor wants to start tomorrow.
Yeah.
Today.
I would prefer, not knowing that we have legal counsel telling us that there are material elements missing, that we don't do it until we have those completed. I mean, that's my preference.
And I'm not sure waiting a week or two, hopefully a week, would present any material risk for the project.
And I don't have specifics for the timeline of the project. Mr. Whitaker was going to be here this morning in case these questions came up, but he called me about 10 minutes ago and something came up in his shop and he's unable to make it. So I don't have specific information about what a delay would look like or how it would impact the project.
Sure.
I guess my thoughts, we're not expanding the footprint of the plans, which Fall City's already seen the plans. Not an MOU signed, but at the same time, I know the deadlines on the project. I hate to see it delayed. I don't know if Fall City could get an MOU signed within a week. Depending on when they're gonna have their city council meetings or something, when they can address this. So we're not just putting off a week, we could be a few weeks. Not sure where that goes with the project. And because of the history of this and everybody being aware it's coming, I think if there was some concerns on Fall City's part, they would have announced that by now and we would have addressed those. So.
I would remind you though, in our previous discussion, this is an abnormal event.
Right.
This has not happened here before. So this is new territory. And I look at this from a risk management element and not having been indemnified by the city that we're working in and who's responsible for the right of way that we're acquiring under protest. I find that this gap puts us at some risk, maybe a minor risk, but that's what we're supposed to avoid. And that's the challenge I have. Someone, maybe a contractor, I don't know who exactly, someone's missed something here. And it could be on Fall City too. I don't know, but they kind of need to speed it up here. I'm happy for us to keep doing the work, but I am concerned about downstream challenges and Fall City saying, well, we weren't involved in that. So
Perhaps we could ask staff to engage the city manager to at least draft an MOU for future ratification by the council, at least so we know that there's a communication stream is open and that there's no misconceptions.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
What this is doing, and we could just
Yeah.
perhaps table it a week. And
Yep.
I think there'd be plenty of time for Todd to touch base with AJ.
yeah, well, and especially given that there's all due respect, Morgan's been working on it,
Yeah.
but we just have changes coming in at 4 o'clock last night to this resolution. And it's like, I don't like having to act that quickly with these balls still in the air, and it's just like things to settle a little bit and everybody be on the same page. So, but I don't know what the impact is on I mean, they're not ready to start construction.
Well, I think we can make up a week very easily. So I would have no problem postponing this for a week to let the dust settle. And
Well, they got to get an MOU. I don't care about the dust.
Yep.
Dust is fine.
At least the draft of the MOU for later ratification by the council, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Well, yeah, that city manager is acting as an agent on behalf.
Mhm.
So that's what we need.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, this MOU shouldn't be that complicated. In fact, should be drafted already. Right?
Mhm.
So I don't understand what the hangup is. So they just need to speed it up.
So that there's consensus to table this item I, until a week from today. And we'll just put that in consent, assuming that staff is able to connect with city staff, and if not, we'll get a report from Todd. So with that, we have the remainder of the consent calendar. Anything else we'd like to pull for consideration? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent calendar for items A through H.
So moved.
I'll second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries unanimously. Thank you. I think that concludes business for today. Do we have any need for executive session?
No, sir.
All right. With that, we're adjourned. Thank you.